Hello, my name is Jiddan, and let's take a look at my program which combines user data input, if-else functions, and for and while loops. It's called the lottery game program, which involves getting lottery tickets and guessing numbers for a chance at a prize. And let's see how it runs. It begins with inputting the amount of tickets or play chances, and your number gets revealed and checked if it matches with the arbitrarily chosen winning number. If you're not lucky, then you get 3 chances to guess the winning number for a chance at half the prize. It's a pretty simple game, but let's look at the code working behind it. Here is the pretty long code, with the algorithm for perspective on the side. We begin with importing the necessary modules for the program, which is the random and sys module for randomly generating numbers and auto-exit process for the program respectively. With some introductory text, we define the variable t by requesting input of number from the user. Whatever number the user inputs will be turned into an integer. The variable p is defined as this t plus 1, which we'll get into the reasoning why later. Both t and p is used to determine how many times the game will be played or how many times the program will loop. Next, the code here randomly generates an integer from 1 to 25 and sets it as the winner variable or the winning number. The following lines beginning with def or define, lottery in brackets card, is the defining of a function or a series of code that we can simplify into one shorter command. This will be called the lottery game function, simplified as lottery. In this function, we start by defining the card variable to be basically another random integer between 1 and 25. This is basically representing the lucky number being taken by the user. The t's here in this function are simply for ensuring that the values don't get affected by the initial t or p values. The function processes this number and is then defined where the if-else code is used. The random value generated as the card variable is checked, and if it is equal to the winning number, the user will be congratulated and the program will end. But if the card value is not equal or otherwise else, a sorry message is shown. Keep in mind that this function will only do this process one time. So how do we repeat this lottery process based on the amount of tickets purchased? By using the while loop. So we assign any random variable, for example k here with a value of 1, and by the following code, while the value of k is still less than p in the first place, which is t plus 1, the code will continue to run the lottery function and add 1 to the value of k after. So, after each repetition of the lottery function, k is added by 1 and will eventually reach the value of p that we set at the beginning, and only at that point, the program will stop looping the lottery function and then move on. So the result will be that the lottery game will be played exactly the amount of tickets that you purchased at the beginning and set as variable t. In the lottery function, if you win, the program will stop and end, but if you don't, the program will continue to the second section where an introductory text is printed about the guessing game. The user is supposed to have 3 guessing chances here, so the guessing game is defined by the guessing num function, which checks an input value num against the winner value. Similar to the lottery game, if the inputted value is equal to the winning number, the program will stop, but otherwise, a sorry message is printed and the program continues. If this function is called and an input is given, keep in mind that it will only run once, so again, we need a way to make it run exactly 3 times since we said that the user has 3 chances to guess, and to do so this time we use a different kind of loop, which is the for loop. Since we want to loop this guessing game 3 times, we create a range of values from 0 to 3 using the function range in brackets 3 and set the for loop to be based on this range. In this case, the program will read one by one from 0 to 3 each time the commands below the for loop is run. Skipping 2 lines and moving on, we find that the parameters of the loop is given. So if the program has read the number 3 in the range of 0 to 3, the loop will stop. So to visualize, it will go from 0, 1, 2, and stop, giving us exactly 3 chances to run this code. And inside the loop, we find the set of code being repeated, which is the request for an input number from the user as the variable pp, in this case the guess of the user, and running the guessing function using the inputted variable pp as the input to the guess function. So the result is that the program checks the user's guess and matches it with the winning number. After 3 repetitions, if the user still hasn't won, the winning number will then be shown and the thank you message is also shown. That is the totality of the program. I hope that the process of my program is clear and understandable, and thank you for your attention.